most wonderful pastimes of Lord Sripad Ramanujacharya. The fifth day of the waxing moon of Chaitra Mas is very, very auspicious, and it's very auspicious, very, very divine, very, very spiritual, and very, very full of glories, because it's the auspicious, glorious, spiritual, divine appearance of Sripad Ramanujacharya. Sripad Ramanujacharya is a blessed son of Sriman Keshav Acharya and Kanti Devi, and mother of Sri Padramanacharya. She really prayed and prayed and prayed that she would get a son who would be very, very divine and very spiritual and very transcendental and very auspicious. And because of that, the Lord Himself felt that He should come, or His very close associate should come. Rama means Lord Sri Rama Maryada Purusham. Anuja means follower. The follower of Lord Ram is Lakshman. So Lakshman, Ananta Shesh, Nityananda Prabhu comes as Ramanujacharya. Srila Prabhupada in quoting from Bhagavad Gita says that yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyutanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijami aham. He says srijami aham. Aham means I, and he says that I means Krishna himself comes or he sends is very powerful representative, the Acharya. This is revealed by Lord Sri Krishna in the 11th canto, as recorded by Vyas Muni. He says that divine means divine means Acharya, Acharya Mam Vijani Aham. You should very nicely understand the Acharya is none other than me. So, to whenever there is whenever there is the fall in dharma, spirituality or religiosity, and whenever there is increase in irreligiosity, then and there either Lord comes or his powerful acharyas like Ramanujacharya comes. He comes in the Sri Sampradaya and gives the direction to how they should proceed. So Ramanujacharya, as soon as he was born, his parents did all the samskars like Janma Sanskar, Garbhadhan Sanskar, Nam Sanskar, Karna Veda Sanskar, Vidya Sanskar, everything very pakka. And when he was 16 years, he was a very bright child, and he was very inquisitive, and he is very, very intelligent. So the father and mother were very, very feeling blessed and happy. Ramanujacharya, when he was 16 years old, got married to Tej Amma. The fortunate lady became the wife of Ramanujacharya. After a few months, Sriman Keshav Acharya, he had to leave or depart from this world, go back, come back to Godhead. And Ramanujacharya with his mother and wife, they leave for Kanchipuram. Ramanujacharya felt that now he should be doing more of education and more of satsang. In Kanchipuram, there was a famous Acharya, disciple of Yamanacharya, and his name is Kanchipuram. And so Kanchipuram Acharya was very, very famous for his satsang and Ramanujacharya, from the depth of his heart, felt that he should hear to the pastime which is told by Kanchipuram Acharya. At the same time, Ramanujacharya felt that he should have expertise in Sanskrit, grammar, Vyakaran, Nyay, and other aspects. So there was another personality here. He was a kind of Nirgunvad, Nirakarvad, or Advaitvad, Yadav Prakash. So Yadav Prakash also was there and very famous in Kanchipuram. So, so our Ramanujacharya then first prefers to go for Vyakaran training, and he does it very nicely. But many times he had a disagreement with Yadava Prakash, because Yadava Prakash is speaking on non-dual, Mayavad, Advaita, Nirguna, whereas Ramanujacharya would interpret every thing as a Saguna, Sakara, Sagun, Sakara, and Dvaita Darshan. So there used to be a small, small tussle. Now, Yadava Prakash in his Gurukul, Ramanujacharya is taking training. At the same time, children used to serve the spiritual master. Yeah. Tad Vidi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. They used to do seva, they used to give massage to him, etc. etc. So Ramanujacharya one afternoon was giving massage to Yadava Prakash. At that time, one Gurukul boy comes and says, "My dear spiritual master, I have a doubt. It is said in Chandogya Upanishad that Tasya Yata, the Tasya Kapi, Tasya Kapi Akshani, like the Tasya Kapi Pundrika Akshani. So the what is the meaning? It actually means that the lotus eyes of the Lord is like blooming lotus when the sun rises. So he gets Yadav Prakash takes the meaning as it literally means in Sanskrit. In every word in Sanskrit has got minimum 7 meanings. According to the context, we should give the meanings. So Yadava Prakash gave the most answer meaning, which is the least suited and not to the context. So, so he said Kapi means monkey, and the meaning of this particular text is that the eyes of the Akshini, that is the eyes of Tasyayata Akshini, eyes of the Lord is like Kapi's lower part, that is the butt, that is the place from where the monkeys sit, and it is reddish in color. So hearing this interpretation, Ramanujacharya was feeling very bad, and he was crying, and the tears were falling in the back of nothing is happening. But I feel very bad that you have interpreted this like this. I cannot digest this. So Yadav Prakash shouted, "You think yourself you are very intelligent, then why don't you give an interpretation for this?" Ramanujacharya said, "As you say, my dear sir, with, uh, with a lot of respect to you and in a humble mode of service, I would like to say there's another interpretation which would suit according to the context, is that Tasyayata, that means the eyes, Tasyayata actually, that the eyes of the Lord is kapim evam. Huh? So it's like kappa kam pibati kam pibati iti kapi. That means that the flower which drinks water is also called as kapi. Kama, that means the lotus, it drinks the water of the river or the pond or a lake, is also called as kapi. And that vikasati, that which blooms when the sun comes, that is the color and the beautiful uh, blooming lotus is 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 how beautiful is the Lord eyes of the Lord. That's why he is sometimes called as Padma Lochan, Padma Netra, Nayana, Kamala Nayana, Kamala Netra, Kamala Lochana, and Padma Lochana. So these is how it has to be interpreted. Yadava Prakash kept quiet, and the boy who asked the question got the answer. And Yadav Prakash said, this is too much. This fellow is a Dvaitvadi and I am a Advaitvadi. And if he continues to be in the ashram, he is so young, he may defeat me and he will establish Advaita darshan here. So we should finish this fellow somehow or other. So now Yadava Prakash says that let us go for Uttar Bharat Yatra, that is North India, North Bharat Yatra. In that Yatra, he is planning in such a way that he will finish. It was a conspiracy to kill Ramanujacharya, young Ramanujacharya. So the whole of the Gurukulis they go very happily towards north Kashi, Ganga. They are far away from Kanchipuram, and as this was happening, some things was being spoken among the senior Gurukulis along with Yadava Prakash. So in the Gurukul, there was mm, another student whose name was Govind. Is a kind of a relative cousin brother of Ramanujacharya, and he is actually a kind of a Sivayat, but it doesn't matter. Everybody is can learn Sanskrit. So he came to know, and he said, "My dear brother, whatever it is, you may be a Vaishnavite, I might be a Shaivite, but believe me, you run away from here. Take it from me. There is conspiracy that they are going to kill you." Ramanujacharya felt very bad. Why? But I don't know why, but you please run away from here. So this is how Ramanujacharya could understand there is a danger, and this is how Krishna helps his devotees. And Ramanujacharya runs away that night, and here that was the night. Everybody is shouting, "Ramanuja, Ramanuja, where are you? Where are you? Where are you?" So Ramanuja is already gone, run away, and now he is far away, and here they felt that there is no response. That means he might be devoured or eaten by wild animals, and they felt happy. Wow, great. And they said mission accomplished. This was Yadava Prakash and team. Now they said, let's go back. So they had darshan of Lord Shiva in Kashi, and they were happily coming back. Now here Ramanujacharya is running as fast as possible. He's tired in the night and he falls. He's saying, "Where should I go? Left, right, center? I am not able to understand." He was lost in the deep, dense, dark forest. The two couples, they are the kind of aborigines, the forest residers. They said, "Hey, my dear child, you are alone. What are you doing? how can you be here in this dark night, and what are you doing here, my dear child? So this voice was so melodious and so divine, and it was so grave also. It's like, Meg Gambhir and Madhur. It was like grave, like the thunder of the clouds. But he said that I want to go to Kanchipuram. The couple said, yeah, we are also going to Kanchipuram and we know the route. My dear child, just come along with us. And it was getting too late and there was a lake. The couple said, let us drink water and go to sleep. And Ramanujacharya drank sleep. And it's time for Mangal Aarti. And Ramanujacharya gets up fresh and he says, wow, where are the couple? And by the time he got up, she saw that this place looks familiar. And then he says, no. And he asked people passing by, can you help me? Can you help me? Showing me, guiding me. Where is Kanchipuram? The people passing by said, hey, Ramananja, what is this? You forgot. Where are you? And this is Kanchipuram. Then he goes back in time, 24 hours or 12 hours, flashback. He said, that divine couple who are looking like Adivasis, Aborigines, the village dwellers, was actually Lakshmi Narayan. Tears comes, and this is how the Lord has reciprocated. And Avashya Rakshavi, uh, Krishna, Krishna is protecting me. The Krishna has, is, is protecting it towards Raki Krishna, Mare Krishna, Raki ke. If Krishna wants to protect someone, who can, finish him? And if Krishna wants to finish him, who can protect him? So that way, Ramanujacharya was feeling blessed. And he comes and everybody's happy, but he doesn't reveal that this conspiracy has been going on. And again, Yadav Prakash and team comes and they are happy. But they come to know that Ramanujacharya is alive. So they welcome him and they hug him. He said, hey, where you are lost, come to the Gurukul, we go for teaching more. But Yadav Prakash knew that this fellow, I have to do something. I have to deal with him. And Ramanujacharya knew that he is thinking ill about him. Now, what happened is the king of Kanchipura, his daughter, the princess, was possessed by a Brahma Rakshas, a ghost who was a Brahman in the previous life. And Brahma Rakshas was like too heavy for this princess. The princess was like insane, crazy, mad, and she was shouting, screaming, and it was too much for the parents. So they said that they tried everybody, like a tantric, mantric, you know. Uh, yantrik and whatever it was, that they tried everything, but this Brahma Rakshas is too much, very powerful. So somebody said to the king, our great scholar Yadava Prakash, if he utters mantra, then the Brahma Rakshas will go. So king orders Yadava Prakash, and Yadava Prakash knew that he is not that powerful. So, but still, if king has called, what has to be done, it order has to be followed. He said, okay, let me go. And he goes and goes and goes and and he starts uttering mantras. This Brahma Rakshas starts laughing. Ha 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 ha! You bloody fool, rascal, lowly personality, Yadava Prakash. What do you think? You can deliver me, rascal, you scoundrel, you you are a, very lowly insect, huh? And you are a worm in a dirty pool, uh, uh, stool in a worm in a stool in a dirty pool, huh? Bloody rascal. By some good fortune you happen to eat the remnant of a great yogi, and got a human body, that way Brahmana. Rascal, the kind of activity you are doing, you will again become a worm in the stool in a dirty pool. Rascal, get lost. How dare you try to deliver me? I am a Brahmana for many lifetimes, and in the last lifetime, somehow I forgot the mantra improper. That's why I became a Brahmaraksha. Get lost. Who are you? Who do you think you are? Call Ramanujacharya. Call Ramananja. Call Ramananja. Your Sanskrit disciple, Shiksha disciple. Call Ramanuja. When his lotus feet is washed with water, and that Charnamrita is drunk by the king, and that remnant is given to the princess, then and there I will be delivered. Go, you rascal. You are trying a conspiracy to kill Ramanuja. The whole village came to know who is who, you know. And Yadav Prakash is now nowhere, and it's glories to Ramanuja. And Ramanuja comes, is being called, and the king does the food bathing of Ramanuja and drinks and gives the remnant to the. As soon as that is done, the Brahma Rakshas goes away and does parikrama for Ramanujacharya, and he feels blessed. And the king is so happy that the princess is back to normal, and she is again the same as she was before. The happiness of king and the queen were like unlimited, and they gave a lot of wealth, and Ramanujacharya in a humble mood gave the money to Yadava Prakash, but Yadava Prakash knew this boy is dangerous, and he said that no, no, Ramanuja, I cannot teach you. You already know everything. You just go back home. I can. Your Gurukul is not for you. And Ramanujacharya humbly takes. Accepts the words of Yadava Prakash, and he goes. Now, Ramanujacharya says that, yeah, my aim to come to Kanchipuram is to be associated with the king, Kanchipura. Kanchipur Acharya. So he goes for the satsang. He feels blessed and so happy and transcendental, divine, and out of world in ecstasy, spiritual ecstasy. And after a few weeks of such satsang, this is what he had come for. And because of Yadava Prakash Gurukul training, he was not able to come to this real satsang. And he was so feeling. And one day he asked, "Oh, my dear Sripad, Kanchipura Acharya, Kanchipura Acharya, please, please, please tell me how will I be delivered?" He said, "Oh, Ramanuja, you should understand, you are very intelligent and you are very brilliant and you are very scholarly, but this is not enough. Once we take a human body, we should take Vaishnavi Diksha. We should take Vaishnavi initiation." Then Ramanujacharya, "So why don't you initiate me if you know that I'm qualified?" He said, "Yeah, I know you are qualified. At the same time, I know that I am not qualified to give you Vaishnavi Diksha. But I know who is qualified to give you Vaishnavi Diksha, Vaishnavi initiation. And that is my dear spiritual master, Sripad Yamunacharya. Sripad Yamunacharya is still alive. I will be happy to have you as my god brother, and I will be happy to see you getting initiated from Sripad Ramanujacharya." And at the same time, Sripad Ramanujacharya, who was in Sri Rangapuram, Ranganathapuram, Sri Rangam, and that time he was getting the news that's a young, brilliant, a very, very divine, scholarly personality. He is Ramanuja. He said that Ramanuja should be his disciple. And at the same time, here Ramanuja and Kanchipur Acharya, they are ready to go to Sri Rangam. And going from Sri Rangam to this is 1,000 years ago from today, uh, it takes 8 days walking. Uh, no flights, no train, no cars, no scooter. It's just even a bullock cart they didn't prefer. They just said walking. So 8 days, and here the Lord Ranganath said, Yamunacharya, your days are over, your pastimes are over. Please come back immediately. Ramanujacharya is saying that, Lord, give me 8 days, give me 8 days. No, Yamunach, why do we want? I want because I want to initiate Ramanuja. Yeah, and the Lord felt, no way, because this is Kali Yuga. Yamunacharya is so powerful Acharya, and Ramanuja is none other Lakshman, Nityananda, or Ananta Shesha. If they both come together, then it will be Satyuga, super Satyuga. So Kali Yuga should be there. So here 1 day passes, 2 day passes, 3 days passes, 4 days passes, fifth day passes, 6 day, very close to Sri Rangapuram. Seventh day, tack, back home, back to Gadar Yamunacharya. And there is Yamunacharya ki jai, Sripad Yamunacharya ki jai, Sripad Yamunacharya ki jai, Sripad Yamunacharya ki jai. And here the news is unfolded to Sripad Kanchipuram Acharya. He somehow takes it and he goes into deep meditation and active deep meditation. And here Ramanujacharya, who only goal was to get in Vaishnavi initiation, he got unconscious. But Sripada Kanchipura Acharya wakes him up and said that, okay, what's happened has happened. Let us go and take part in a Samadhi ceremonial, the final Samadhi ceremonial. So when they went to the Samadhi ceremonial, he could understand, Ramanujacharya could understand the from the glow and the position of the body, that there is some message my spiritual master wanted to give, Yamunacharya wanted to give, and that he could understand. How? And because Yamunacharya accepted him as a disciple, and Ramanuja accepted Yamunacharya as a spiritual master, so everything was fine, everything was done. But here was the here Yamunacharya is uh, like so accepted him. So it's basically Ramanuja is the disciple of Yamunacharya, but I mean, but the physical thing did not happen, but it already it was done in a mental stage, and Yamunacharya accepted him. So now Ramanujacharya is offering flowers to the divine body of Yamunacharya, but he could see that the three fingers of the right hand were closed like this. Nobody noticed, only Yamunacharya. He could understand. My dear spiritual master wants to give me three instructions, and he paid full prostrated, humble obeisances, and he said, "My dear spiritual master, you want to give me three instruction, and if I understand this instruction, indicate that I understood, I got your instruction, the right instruction. First instruction is I should preach the divine message given by Lord Krishna to Srimati Lakshmi Devi, and all over the world. Tuck, one finger is up. Wow. Then he says, the second is, I should give the Sri Bhashya for Brahma Sutra and Vishnu Sahasranam. Tag, the second finger opens. Wow. And then he says that all the wonderful literary works by the previous Acharya, Nathmuni, and other Acharyas, which is written in local Tamil, I should write it in Sanskrit, and also far spread Vishnu Puran. Tag, the third finger opens, and in this way he gets, wow, the three instructions and the flowers from the demigods, from the clouds sprinkle flowers, and so now everybody could see that Yamanacharya is the Acharya for Sri Sampradaya. At the same time, the next would be Ramanuja. So Ramanuja has to get the Vaishnavi Diksha. So there are, but without having the Vaishnava Pancha Sanskar, it is not complete. So Ramanujacharya now accepts five spiritual master. The five spiritual master is god brothers who act like a spiritual master. The real Diksha Guru is Yamanacharya. Then he takes Diksha from Mahapurna, Vaishnavi Pancha Sanskar Diksha from Mahapurna, and then he takes uh, uh, from Sailya Purna, he takes the Diksha of, what is called as Valmiki Ramayana, and Maladar Purna, he takes Divya message, some divine message, Siksha from Maladar Purna, and from Goshti Purna, he takes the Narayana mantra, and Mahapurna. And then from Kanchipuram, he takes the fifth guru is Kanchipuram, how to serve, Ranganath and the systems. And the fifth guru is Goshti who gives the Om Narayana Nama. Om Narayana Nama. So Ramanujacharya then gets five gurus: Mahapurna, Sailapurna, uh, Maladarapurna, uh, uh, Kanchipurna, Kanchipurna Acharya, Sripad, Goshti So they all bless him. So one Diksha Guru and many five Shiksha Gurus, and everything is done. And now he is with Goshti Purna. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Who is it? I am Ramanuja. Uh, I am come here to take a spiritual initiation. Get lost. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Who is here? I am Ramanuja. Huh? So again, this happened 20 times or 19 to 20 times. The point is, as long as we say I, we are not spiritual. We are considering ourselves as body that is material. So 19th time he comes, tuck, tuck, tuck. Servant of Sripad Goshtapurna is here, and please allow this lowly uh, personality to serve the divine Sripad Goshtapurna. Then he says, come. So as long as I is there, that is false ego is there, we cannot do anything spiritual. So the first message is given by Goshtipurna, and he initiates him with the mantra Om Namo Narayana. Om Namo Narayana. Mm. So when this mantra is being given, there is a very strict rules and regulation to be followed, not to be, disclosed, not to be revealed. It should be spoken in a low voice, in a right time and the right place, the right situation. Everything should be right. The body should be pure, the mind should be pure, the time should be the right. Everything was told, and don't reveal it to unqualified people. And as soon as he did, as was told, he could immediately realize the supreme potency of Lord Narayan. So he was so much in bliss that he forgot that this month, he forgot the rules and regulations and the instructions given. Was so happy that he, in his ecstasy, ran to the top of the Ranganatha temple, and he was shouting, people of Sri Rangapuram, listen, listen, listen. I am going to give a powerful mantra by realizing that you all will be liberated, liberated, liberated. So 72 people came on that Mangal Aarti. And the 72 people heard this mantra from Ramanujacharya, and they become self-realized, and the 72 path of Sri Sampradaya was uh, revealed. 72 paths. Okay. So in this way, Goshti Purna comes to know, ore. He comes for Guru Vandana and said, hey, how did you do that? How dare you do that? Then Ramanujacharya said, I felt that this mantra is very powerful. I thought it should be given, but you forgot the instructions. Oh, I forgot. You don't know you will go to hell for doing that. He said, oh, my dear spiritual master, if for doing such good activities, even if I have to go to hell, I'm ready to go to hell 1,000 times. Then Goshti Purna hugs him and he says, Mananatha, Mananatha, you are my master, you are my master, you are my master. He says, but this is only Ramanujacharya could do in a way, and not because he's already he could understand the mantra, and he could practice the mantra, and realize the mantra and reveal the mantra. As a conditioned soul, we are not supposed to do that. Otherwise, really, one will go to hell, you know, because we have to realize that Purusha Charan. It was done by Ramanujacharya. So when we have to realize that, and then we have to reveal it. But we don't realize and reveal, the person hearing will also not be delivered, and be as a punishment, and an offense, one will go to hell. So Ramanujacharya, Mananathan, Mananatha, you are my master, you are master. Then Goshti forgave him, and obviously he is Shesha, and this beautiful pastime happens. And then Ramanuja is one day feeling that he should call his Shiksha master, Shiksha Guru, Kanchipura Acharya for feast. So he tells his wife, Kanchipura Acharya is coming. My dear wife, prepare some nice food. I'm just coming. I'll bring some few more vegetables, and in the meantime, keep everything ready. Kanchipur Acharya, Sripad Kanchipur Acharya is in a rush, and he said he comes by the time Ramanujacharya leaves the house. The Kanchipur Acharya enters and he says, I'm in a hurry, I'm in a hurry. Yeah, I know. You are my husband, my dear husband told that you are coming. Please come, we are blessed. But in the heart, she was saying, this Kanchipurna is from a lowly Shudra background, and today he is acting like a master, my husband. And he gave everything, and Kanchipur Maharaj ate, washed, and Ramanujacharya wanted the leftover and everything, and the leaf plate, everything she threw it. Dogs and cows were eating, and when Ramanujacharya came, so the house was. So not call him as Kanchipur, he said, Sripad Kanchipur is my Vaishnava cannot be judged with his judged. His spiritual master said that uh, wife, it's a rule in Manu Samhita. Husband should never shout at the wife. The wife maybe has stupid as follow, but so Ramanujacharya, fulfilling the order of the spiritual master's instruction, did not shout. Again, another day, a Brahmana was coming, and she uh, before that, another incident happens in the village. Those days, taps were not there. They had to go to the well and to drinking water, to take drinking water. So Ramanujacharya's wife, Srimati Tejamma, is putting the pot, and the pot, another pot is put by Sripad Kanchipur Acharya. Both the pots clashes. Now the Sripad Tejamma gets very angry. How dare you, Shudrani, lowly born creatures, touch a pot of a Brahmani? She gets very angry, and the wife of Sripad Kanchipuram goes and cries and goes to her husband. Kanchipuram Acharya says, okay, it's time, let's leave this place, we'll go for yatra. And when this news comes to Ramanujacharya, he says, too much is much. Enough is enough. But he's just thinking for a plan, what to be done. So in the meantime, a few days, there's a Brahmana who is very, like, kind of old clothes and torn clothes coming. And Ramanuja could see he's a very spiritually advanced personality. He says, please, 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 bless us. We lowly grahasthas, please come to our humble abode and honor prasadam. I will just, and he tells him, go to my house. In the meantime, I will purchase few more things for your grand feast. So the poor Brahmana goes. The lady gets very angry. You lowly rascal, how can you come to our house? Get lost from here. And Ramanujacharya is happily coming, thinking that I have to give these few gifts to my the guest who has come. Hey, how come you are come back? Did you have prasadam? And um, uh, did you have good fish? Yeah, I did not have good food, but I have some very nice feast of, uh, you know. Uh, Blasphemy and chastisement and all this. Ramanuja said, okay, today is the day, enough is enough. Now he says that, come with me, my dear master. And he gave nice fresh clothes to this Brahmana and he wrote a letter. Say, now you go to my house and tell my wife this letter is from your in-laws. In-laws, 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 father, that is from no, from my came. That means no, parents, from your father's house. That Ramanujacharya. Uh, when now that Brahmana is with fresh clothes, she forgot that this is the same Brahmana. And she says, welcome, welcome, please come. He was shining and said, where are you coming from? I'm coming from your father's village. What is it? There is a news in the letter. Please open. And she says that, my dear daughter, come back. Your younger sister is getting married. Wow, there is no limit of joy. She said, please say it. And she makes a nice face to the Brahmana and goes. And this lady immediately packs and rushes to her father's house. Here, Ramanujacharya, and she leaves her notes. My dear husband, I have to leave immediately for an emergency. Please take care of your food and take care of yourself. Ramanuja said, this is what I wanted. Immediately he goes, takes sannyas, and now from Ramanuja, he becomes Sripad Ramanujacharya ki jai, Sripad Ramanujacharya ki jai, and he becomes the Acharya for Sri Sampradaya. And now he is full of Josh, and he has the first disciple. You should remember Yadava Prakash, who schemed to kill him, and he becomes his disciple. He gets the name Govind. You remember his cousin brother who was a Sevite. He also takes, and he also becomes a great saint. And in this way, Kuresh, Dhanurdhar, and the lusty person, and many other also becomes. So Ramanujacharya is having systems made, and when Ramanujacharya could understand this is how things should happen, the old system has got some flaw. So many people were getting disturbed. Hey, many pujaris and were getting disturbed. They thought that Ramanujacharya will establish new systems, and we don't follow, will be kicked out. So many were, some of them schemed to kill Ramanujacharya. They put poison in the charnamrit, poison in the food, but Ramanujacharya could honor it, and he should pray, how come there is so much envy in the people's heart? Oh Lord, I know that there is poison. By the power of potency of chanting, he could eliminate the potency of the poison. And seeing this, the people who schemed were all could understand the power of Ramanujacharya, and in this way they begged for forgiveness, and he used to initiate them also. There was a time when Ramanujacharya was honoring Prasadam, and he washed his hand in a pond. The fish ate the remnants, and they got the 400 Swarupya Mukti, Narayan Swarupa, and went back. The disciples asked, how come they are getting liberated? We also take your remnant, but we are not getting this spiritual form. He said that that is because the fish, they are not committing any offense. With the offensive mentality, whatever we do, growth is our spiritual growth is stopped. Okay, it is stopped. Whatever spiritual wealth we have, time nothing can destroy, but it will be stopped. It will be stopped. So, uh, so, uh, so, so this the wonderful pastimes of Sripad Ramanujacharya, and that's a wonderful pastime with Dhanurdhar is the lusty person. The Dhanurdhar is a lusty person. He was so lusty and he was so infatuated with his wife's beauty that he used to look at his wife's beauty and every time. If his wife is walking, he would walk backwards so that he can see the beautiful face of, and he was insulted, he was chastised and blasphemed. Nothing could affect him. He said, you fools, you don't understand the happiness which I'm getting by seeing this beautiful. I can hear anything and everything. Ramanujacharya, one day they came to, wife said that let us go to Sri Rangapuram. It's just next other side of the river. So Ram said that, why all this? Said, and everybody is going from far, and we are saying so near, and we are not going. Said, okay, let us go. So that day, they were going, and Sripad Ramanujacharya was going for darshan. He could see something strange. This fellow is walking backwards and watching the face of the wife. He said, what is this? He said that everybody started laughing. He is the lusty Dhanurdhar. Dhanurdhar is infatuated by the beauty of his wife, and he cannot stay without seeing that, her face. Okay. Then Ramanujacharya shouted, please call this man. People were calling, but he was so much like, we say Abnivesh, Avesh. He was into it that he could not hear, but they literally shook him and told, come, pay obeisance to the Sripad Ramanujacharya. He said, what is it? Why are you disturbing me? And Ramanujacharya said, you know what you're doing is wrong. The whole world knows that what I'm doing is wrong. I think you don't know me. Everybody knows that I'm crazy about my beauty of my wife. I think it's not nothing new here. Maybe you're new here. That's why you're not able to understand my feelings. Ramanujacharya, why are you doing? He said, I am a lover of beauty. And nothing is more beautiful than my wife's beauty. Oh, Ramanujacharya said, if I show something more beautiful, what will you do? I'll be a lover of that beauty. Then he goes to Sri Ranga Acharya, to Lord Ranganath and prays, please, please reveal your divine beauty to this lusty personality. And lo behold, this person becomes a lover of Ranganath, and this way he delivered this Dhanurdhar. And Dhanurdhar becomes his favorite disciple, and wherever he goes, while walking, he puts hand on the shoulder of Dhanurdhar. While going to take bath, he will put his hand on the shoulder of Dhanurdhar. He was so surrendered, his wife became so surrendered, and so much so that when Dhanurdhar used to walk, Lord Ranganath used to walk backward so that Dhanurdhar could see the beautiful face of Ranganath. So that way, Ranganath was so could Dhanurdhar was feeling how kind, merciful Sripad Ramanujacharya was. So now, as a sannyasi, Sripad Ramanujacharya had many other sannyasi disciples, and they were feeling little bad. So there was a small pastime. Sripad Ramanujacharya tells one is brahmachari, young disciple, to just keep their clothes, coffins, line clothes, the undergarments here and there. Next day, there is a big chaos. All the sannyasis and brahmacharis shouting, "Where is my cloth? Where is my cloth?" And they were abusing and chastising and blaspheming each other. Now, on the same day, in the night, Dhanurdhar is always with Ramanujacharya. He told Dhanurdhar that be with me for some more time. At the same time, he calls all the sannyasi disciples, go to Dhanurdhar's house. His wife must be sleeping, and take the ornaments and come. So when they go, they take they sing that, wow, she's sleeping, and we have to take these ornaments. The lady hears this, and she feels that in the ashram there is lack of money is required. So she acts as if she did not heard and is shaping, and they remove all the jewels and from the right side of the body, and the left side was still left. And she felt that the as long as she her body, the hearings and everything in the left side is touching the bed, they will not be able to remove. So she said that I will sleep and take a turnover. So as soon as she turned over, they were not expert thieves, so they ran away. Ramanujacharya said, yeah, what happened? So we took half side. And here he tells Dhanurdhar, you go back home. So when Dhanurdhar goes back home, and he's about to talk to his wife what is happening, and the sannyasi disciples also come to Ramanujacharya. Ramanujacharya goes, go to Dhanurdhar's house immediately, but this time don't think, but look behind and stay away and just listen what they are speaking. So Dhanurdhar is asking, what happened? Why? What happened to your jewelry? He said that, such and such thing happened. Oh, then you should have given the jewels in the left side also. He said, jewels in the other side I will give, but you know what will happen. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. So then and they ran away. You said you should not do like this. What should we do? When they heard this, the brahmacharis and others could feel that, wow, this is real, you know, real surrendership, and they are more detached. And in this way, Ramanujacharya could made a point that, see, detachment can be there with a brahmachari or a grahastha, or a vanprastha, or a sannyasi, but it is internal. So they could see, even though they were grahasthas, they were so detached. So in this way, Ramanujacharya taught a lesson. So Ramanujacharya also goes to Jagannath Puri, but he wants to change the systems. But Lord Jagannath felt that, he is happy with the treatment given by the the pandas. So Ramanujacharya influences the king, and that way the Ramanujacharya has to say that tomorrow 1,000 pujaris will come from South India, and they will remove all these pandas. The pandas, they cry in front of Jagannath, and Jagannath says, don't worry. And Ramanujacharya is sleeping, and the next day from Jagannath Puri, he is in Kurmashetra. And Ramanujacharya, and then Lord says, don't disturb my dear pandas. So the system was established by Jagannath, and he's happy with this, pandas. So this is in Jagannath Puri. And there are many more pastimes of Lord Sripad Ramanujacharya. Uh, so there is a rich disciple and a poor disciple, and in a village, and Ramanujacharya goes to that. And then what happens is, first he sends the disciples to the rich, but he gives special treatment to Ramanujacharya, that this will be made, this will be made, and this will be made, and a special arrangement for Ramanuja, and for his sannyas disciples and brahmachari disciples and grahastha disciples, nothing. So when the report came, Ramanujacharya said he should give special treatment to me and my disciples also. I will not go to this rich man. And he goes, let us go to the poor disciple. And the poor disciple's house, then they go. And actually, it was a small hut, and nobody was there. The lady was taking bath. And he said, Sripad Ramanujacharya ki jai, Mattadesh Sripad Ramanujacharya ki jai. she could understand that great saint has come, and not only great saint is spiritual, and she also shouts, Sripad Ramanujacharya ki jai. Ramanujacharya could understand that this lady is not coming out because she is taking bath, and she was also crying, now what to do? And she had only one dress, and that was also like, wet, so she was feeling shy. So Ramanujacharya throws his uttari, that is the upper cloth of the sannyasi, and she wears it and comes, and she pays obeisance. I am hungry, give me something. So she runs here and there, but there is no dal, no vegetable. So she remembers there's a lusty shopkeeper. He says that, why are you so poor? You just spend night with me and you will be the richest lady in this town. So she said that, to please my spiritual master, I will sell my body today. So she goes, and the merchant, there is a deal, and in the night she will come, and she cooks everything. By the time the husband comes, he could see a lot of padukas, and he could see the lot of fragrance coming, and he rush. He says, Sripad Ramanujacharya is here, and he says, how come you arrange everything? He said that, you remember that lusty shopkeeper? Then husband of wife cries, Ramanujacharya honors Prachadam and goes. Then while in the evening, when Ramanujacharya is about to leave, he hears the talk between the husband and wife. Husband says, now you fulfill the promise and go dress yourself properly. And please, and the lady is thinking, yes, I will please her, and today will him, for he has helped me, but today will be my last night. And Ramanujacharya could understand that feeling of the lady also, which is not only spoken, which is in the mind. So Ramanujacharya says, okay, comes again and says, see, my leftover is left here. You please give it to the merchant also. Then who has given all these ingredients. So when the lady goes, she said, such as a saint came. So this is the this thing leftover. As soon as he eats, the merchant forgets all the lusty desire, and he becomes pure, and he relieves the lady and untouched. And in this way, this merchant who is lusty, he also becomes a disciple of Ramanujacharya. Sripad Ramanujacharya delivered many, many envious people who are trying to, you know, be go against him. He literally uh, established Vishishta, Vishishta special Advaita darshan. And in this way, in the final pastime, Sripad Ramanujacharya also goes to Mayapur, and 1,000 years ago, uh, in the unmanifested pastimes is seen by Sripad Ramanujacharya, and of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is seen by Sripad Ramanujacharya, and this happens in Rudradip, and also Ramanujacharya's final pastimes. He tells that all my disciples should read the Sanskrit writings of mine. So everybody's literally said Sanskrit, we don't know. Then he said, if not that, then at least read the Tamil version of the previous acharyas. That also said that this also we may not be able to do. And then he said that at least you all take the divine understanding of the interpretation of the divine names of the Lord. That also they were not able to understand. Then if you, even if you cannot do this much, what is the use of becoming a devotee and a disciple? Then everybody was sad. He said, okay, if you cannot even do that, at least do service to Vaishnavas. If you may be a great Vaishnava or a small Vaishnava, but serve a Vaishnava, you will be delivered. When this was heard, and this became the mood of Sri Sampradaya, serve, serve, serve Vaishnava. And by serving Vaishnavas, you know, छाड़िया वैष्णव सेवा निस्तार पावे न किबा भक्त सेवा परम सिद्धि जतन पालन करी शुद्ध भक्त चरण रेणु. So in this way, the Sri Sampradaya, the mood is to serve Vaishnavas, and by serving Vaishnava, one becomes, the Lord becomes pleased, and one advances spiritually. In this way, Sripad Ramanujacharya completed his pastime. His divine body, even today, is being, is very carefully pasted with sandalwood and other ingredients, and people can have darshan of that, and in the samadhi. And in this way, Sripad Ramanujacharya finishes his wonderful pastimes. And today we were fortunately hearing these wonderful pastimes of Sripad Ramanujacharya ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Hari Premanande.